Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming. Hi, Joseph. How you doing? This is just a quick chat about Common Goal, a social impact movement in football with the objective of unifying these two worlds of the business of football and the world of football for good. I'm joined by three friends. Starting on my left, we've got Gráinne from ISF. Hi. Marko, the founder and CEO of Fundlife, and Esti from the Indonesian club Persijap, who is the only female president of a football club in Indonesia. And we're all linked in some way through Common Goal. And we'll move on to how that is a bit later. Just in terms of, for those that don't know what Common Goal is, I'll just 1 minute on who we are, what we do, and I guess where we are at this moment and where we'd like to be by the end of this year. So Common Goal started 18 months ago with a single player pledging 1% of his salary to a collective fund that is fed into a network of existing charities that use football as the main engagement tool to develop young people around the world. So that's 137 organizations in over 80 countries, and that's the Street Football World Network. So that's been going for over 15 years. So they're well-established, high-impact, effective organizations. And from this first player, we were very, very lucky that a player with no connection whatsoever to Juan Mata, the Manchester United and Spain World Cup champion, who was the first to join, read about Common Goal in a German newspaper. And that was Mats Hummels, the Bayern Munich and German World Cup winner. So he joined. And then we got this random email from at the info email address claiming to be from Giorgio Chiellini, the captain of Juventus in Italy, which I thought it was somebody joking with us, and it turned out it was Chiellini. So he joined, and then Alex Morgan and Megan Rapinoe, two US women's players, joined. And from that, it's grown, and 18 months later, we have 90 players, half of which are women, which is pretty inspiring. And we also have some influential people from the world of football. So Alexander Seferin, the president of UEFA, joined as an individual. Also Eric Cantona joined as the first mentor. So it's also the first couple of brands, Banco Santander, EA Sports. So within FIFA 19, the virtual player Alex Hunter actually joins Common Goal within the game. So we've grown to the point where so far 1.4 million has been raised, and the way that we're set up is 90% of the money that's raised goes directly to the organisation. So we're getting started. We're really just at the beginning, and the aim for this year is to become as much a part, using the football players as leaders of the movement, to become ever more a systemic part of the football industry. So I guess to explain this, that there's a small video that Juan Mata did right at the beginning, 18 months ago. So can we play that video?
So football. The first is my world, our world. The world of professional football. This is the superstar players, the sold-out stadiums, the spectacular goals. This is where champions are made and legends are born. It's the football we know and love. But it's not the whole story. There is another world that exists outside of ours. A world in which football is not just a game. It is a tool to support those less fortunate than us. This world is not about winning or raising trophies. In this world, their world, football carries a different meaning.
Para mí es respeto, buena comunicación y amistad.
Spaß, Respekt und Fairplay.
Respeto, valor y amor, porque el fútbol es amor.
The idea is simple. We pledge 1% of our salaries to a collective fund, and Common Goal allocates this fund to football-based projects that make a real difference.
Football beats racism and make us one family.
और बहुत कॉन्फिडेंस आ गया कि लोगों के सामने बात कर सके, अच्छा से डर खत्म हो गया.
No hay fronteras entre género, al contrario, acogernos en grupo y empezar a jugar ese lindo juego.
I'm different because I can now stand before people and talk, because I know about being courageous just because of football.
It is a small commitment that drives big change and ensures that every time we celebrate, they do too.
Yeah, okay, so that was supposed to have subtitles on, so I don't really know what happened there. So all the different kids were explaining what football meant to them, and of course it's not about winning the Champions League. So I think to get things going, I think I'll just start again from my left. Gráinne, you've got your microphone there. If you just want to tell people about ISF, about your work and how that relates to what Common Goal is doing.
Yep, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. So my name is Gráinne LeFevre. I work with ISF Cambodia, which is a Cambodian non-profit organization. And we believe that every child, no matter where they're from or how they've grown up, has the right to education, to healthcare, and to sport. So we run an education program which specifically works with children who have never been to school. They're children who support their families by earning an income. And basically they're left behind by the system. And what we do is we take them into our program. They go to school every day. They get breakfast and lunch. They come, they have extracurricular activities. They receive healthcare. And a big part of what we do is football. And so we use football not only to give them an opportunity to play and to be healthy and have fun, but also to develop life skills. We use it as a tool to empower girls. We use it as a tool to reduce inequalities in our local communities. And we use it as a tool to bring communities together.
Fantastic. And in terms of how what you're doing in Cambodia relates to Common Goal. Can you just explain that relationship?
Absolutely. So we were delighted to be one of the first organizations to be part of the Common Goal initiative. And what we have done with the funding from Common Goal is to support our coaches and our staff to actually build their networks and to deliver better quality programs. So for us, Common Goal is an opportunity to be part of a wider network for social change.
Okay, that's great. And Marko, hi. Can you just give us an introduction into Fundlife, a little bit your story, and once again how what you're doing on a daily basis interacts with Common Goal?
Sure. So good morning, everyone. I guess like many of us in the room here, I grew up as a big football fan, but growing up in London, football was always seen as this great divider. I'm an Arsenal fan, so some of my good friends, Ben. So, I grew up thinking that football divides. I couldn't be friends with a Tottenham person. Football was like a religion. And then I found myself in the Philippines very randomly in 2012, trying to find myself, make sense of the world. And it was the first time that I realized that football wasn't about division. It has enormous potential, enormous power to change lives. It was the first time that I saw extreme poverty, to the point where you literally had a 5-star hotel where people were spending $300-400 a night, and literally on the doorstep you had kids sleeping, begging for $1 or $2. And this is our world in a shell. And like many people that are exposed to that, you switch off. What do? Do you give money? What can you do? You feel helpless. And so I was very lucky to meet some people in the Philippines who were using football as a way to bring these groups together. So that's how I got introduced into this brand new industry for the first time in 2012. And as Gráinne was saying, it's just incredible at what it does. And if you meet some of these kids that you see in the video, that you see, it transforms their whole way of thinking. We see it with our global superstars. Messi, Rooney, these kids, Neymar, they come from slums. Football is so powerful, not at giving opportunity, but just making them feel like they belong. So that's really what Fundlife does. We use it as a tool to transform not lives, but communities. We took with just a quick antidote, we took some kids from Tacloban, where the world's biggest typhoon hit in 2014. The kids that we work with, they had never left the local community. Last year, through FIFA Foundation, we took them to the World Cup. They have passports. Do you know what this means to their grandparents, to their parents? They don't know what this opportunity looked like before. So it's incredibly powerful, and they become champions. That's our model. So I won't bore you too much with the details. We have a booth directly behind you if you want to know more about what Fundlife does. Please visit us, and with Common Goal, Ben, just to link it back. We were lucky enough through Common Goal to be introduced to Esti. So our new project, which again, you can find out more behind us, is what Common Goal is actually supporting, and we hope some of you in the room today will join the movement in some way or another. So that's my sales pitch.
That's brilliant. Thanks a lot, Marko. And last but by no means least, I'm really happy to introduce Esti, who's got some news to share with you as well.
Hi, my name is Esti. I don't have to introduce myself again, right? Yes, I met all these 3 people in Berlin, and I'm so inspired by what they do. All this time, I'm as a CEO and president of a club, I'm always have this business thinking, how to make money, how to make the difference. But I think these 3 are experts, and I believe in what they do, and Common Goal really inspired me. So what I did, which I just recently did, I signed a pledge to donate 1% of club revenues of my club to Common Goal. And I hope this could help all of you to do what it needs to be done in the society and community. And of course, I will put my 100% energy and not just 1% to help the cause. And I guess that's it for me.
Well, I'd just like to say thank you very much. That's a massive step for us. In terms of a club's commitment to Common Goal, it's the second. That would be the Persijap will be the second club after FC Nordsjælland from Denmark, who joined as an entire club from the chairman in that case. So now we have a president all the way down to their under-12 team. And for us, this is the first time that we're in Asia. So this is the second connection that we've had with this massive, diverse continent. So it's a huge step for us in Indonesia. It's a huge step for us, I think, in terms of the message that it sends out of a female president making this choice. And also, it's an extension of, at the moment, of the 90 players involved, there's one Asian player who's actually sent a message this morning to us all. So if we can just hear from him on the second video, if you guys could put that on, please.
Hello everyone, at the World Football Summit. My name is Shinji Kagawa. Nice to meet you all. Now I'm gonna switch Japanese because it's better for me. 今回、コモンゴールというチャリティー団体に、ファンマタ選手からの、連絡を受け、活動させてもらっています。その中で、ベトナム、フィリピン、カンボジアの皆さんと協力し合って、サポート、少ない額ですが、サポートをさせていただいています。本当に、こういうイベント、チャリティーっていうのは、スポーツ選手、サッカー選手、みんなで力を合わせることによって、たくさんの、子どもたちであったり、貧困層に、を助けられるということで、非常に嬉しく思っています。そしてこれからも僕自身日本人としてサッカー選手としてより多くの、恵まれない子どもたちに支援をしてサッカー選手というものをね、こういうこともできるっていうものを、世界中の皆さんに知ってもらえたらいいなと。そして皆さんで、そういうサポートを協力し合いながら、今後もやっていけたらいいなと思いますので、今後ともよろしくお願いします。
So part of Shinji's commitment to common goals, that's what 1% of his salary actually goes to ISF. So I don't know, but before hearing from Gráinne about how that manifests itself in terms of, I suppose, beyond the financial ramifications of that, that's part of it, but also the meaning that somebody who's played for Borussia Dortmund, Manchester United, he's on loan at the moment in Turkey, who knows where he'll be next season, in terms of how that means, but also the way that works is that as a member of Common Goal, you get to choose where you would like to invest your money, both in terms of the social challenge that most resonates with you, so whether that's female empowerment, whether that's access to education, whether that's construction of peace, whether that's crisis relief, and also the geographical area where you'd like your impact most to be felt. And you can do that as an individual, but also what we do is you obviously as this group grows, so now it's 90 individuals, while part of your investment can be directed in a specific area, obviously as a collective, you can make a far greater sustained impact. And really what that means is that the other thing about Shinji is because he knows Juan Mata from his time at Man United, he was one of the first people to get involved. So now we're 18 months on. What's happening is a lot of them are reaching after the first year, you sign this pledge agreement, and it lasts for a year. So we're like, okay, well, what's going to happen after a year? Are people going to then, I've done my year, I've given my 1%, see you later. And it's very, very encouraging, and Shinji's just committed for another year. And actually, up until now, touch wood, 100% of the members have immediately re-signed once they've reached that first 12 months. So of the 90 players, everybody else, everybody has signed up for another year. So it's looking really, really promising. And really, all I think we can continue to do is hammer home the point that in an industry which turned over 40 billion last year, a large proportion of that money, as we're all aware, is disappearing from the football ecosystem. It's not being reinvested in any way. Through a simple platform like Common Goal, or if there's a more sustainable, more efficient platform that anybody can find, then by all means engage with another platform or another mechanism of giving something back. But for the health of the industry and for the health of the sport, I think it's essential that people are aware of this and aware of the responsibility. And there's a reason why everybody's continuing to sign up again for another year, because they actually get quite a lot out of it. So beyond the financial ramifications of such a simple pledge that nobody notices economically. So if you've got 10 euros, 1% is 10 cents. So you still have €9 gone 90, €9 with 90. So I think it's something that we've shown can be done. I think we've shown that Common Goal is a pretty efficient way of doing it. And really for the next step forward, now we've shown it can be done, I think we really have to do it. And obviously, if we work as a team as you do on the pitch, there's really no limit to what we can achieve. Of 1% of what the football industry turned over last year would be 400 million. So if you can imagine that in terms of social impact around the world, 400 million every year, we could generally change the world through football. So to finish up, Gráinne, I don't know if you've got any sort of further reflections or messages you'd like to share with the group.
Yeah, I mean, something that you touched on is the contribution from the football industry. And I feel like for the children that we work with, which is 4,500 children in Cambodia who come from underprivileged backgrounds, they have supported football from a very young age. And it's so great for them to feel like football is supporting them.
That's great. Marko, you have any?
No, I mean, it's already been said. I think Shinji said it best. And as you said, for us, there's a inextricable link between the top and the bottom through football. It's being played at all levels. And I think the one message that we try and convey to audiences like this is that you can do so much, even if you're not in a CEO position like Esti, or you don't have decision-making over your company, your club. You have autonomy over yourself. You know, you don't have to join Common Goal as an individual if it's not possible yet, but there are so many things you can do. Fundlife started with $200 and a backpack, and here we are sharing the stage with amazing people. So I encourage you to get in touch, ask the right questions, ask the difficult questions, and just become a little bit more collectively conscious. It's a big ask, but poverty is real, and we can avoid it or we can deal with it.
And Esti, I mean, what we hear from, we're speaking to a lot of people, that there are a lot of foundations, clubs, unions. Often it seems that there's some kind of conflict between the requirements, the demands of running a professional organization within a competitive market, and actually having an idea about the social impact that platform enables you to have. What are your thoughts on making this commitment as a club?
Well, I think the word itself, common goal, is really more an enrollment or getting together to get to our destinations rather than here's the money, like you said, or yes, I have enough money, I will donate, or maybe I don't have enough money, maybe I'll wait. I think I envision a lot of clubs in Indonesia and Asia was to give back to the community because our supporters, our fans are actually a middle class below. We're not rich people in Asia. But I know, I can see it from my own fans, 20,000 filling up the stadiums. Sometimes they just give everything they have just to come to our match. And how do I give back to them? Not through making money through football club, but the sustainability itself coming from all of you, the one who always developing young peoples to always participate in football. That's what I envision doing this with Common Goal.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much. Thanks to everyone. Thanks for everyone for coming. We're just going to be back there. Oh, cheers. We're just going to be back here behind. So, you know, please come and have a chat if you're interested, and we'll see how we can work together. All right. Thank you.